Is radiant barrier a more energy efficient alternative to fiberglass insulation?
Hypothesis: a house with two interior radiant barrier surfaces with an empty airspace between them will be more efficient to cool in the summer than the same house that has fiberglass insulation in the walls, and just as efficient to heat in the winter.
Keeping a home comfortable year-round can take a lot of energy.
Saving energy means controlling the movement of heat.
So, how does heat move?
Heat is always trying to move to where there is less heat.
During the hot summer, the sun's heat tries to move into the house, and we try to stop it.
But during the cold winter, we try to stop heat from moving out of the house.
Heat moves in one of three ways: conduction, convection, and radiation.
Conduction is heat moving through materials or objects that are in contact with each other. Materials that are poor conductors of heat are called insulators.
Insulation slows the movement of heat. It also stores it.
Convection moves heat by moving heated air. Hot air naturally rises like a hot air balloon.
Radiation is heat that converts into infrared radiation at the surface of an object, is emitted and passes through space till it hits another object where it turns back into heat.
Infrared light is not visible to our eyes, but we can feel it when we stand near a hot object.
Radiation is how the sun warms the earth.
Dark surfaces are good at giving off and receiving radiation. Shiny surfaces are very poor at this.
Instead of absorbing radiation, they reflect it. They also give off little radiation.
So, shiny surfaces make good radiant barriers.
All three heat transfer modes come into play when we try to keep a house cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
In the summer, the sun's radiation heats up the roof of the house. Heat is conducted to the inside of the roof, which radiates down onto the attic's insulation.
The insulation slows down the heat,
but it also stores it and slowly releases about half of it into the house.
In the winter, insulation keeps inside heat from escaping through the walls and attic.
Insulation also prevents heat from escaping by convection by blocking moving air.
Home construction relies mainly on insulation.
Insulation keeps the house warm in the winter,
but it's not as good as radiant barrier at keeping the house cool in the summer.
So in hot climates, like ours, relying more on radiant barrier than insulation might make a house more energy efficient year-round.
As long as the insulation doesn't defeat the radiant barriers by touching them.
That's our theory, at least, and that's why we did this project.